Welcome to Farming Simulator 25, my first series on this channel. But first, we need to spin a random wheel generator. So let's do it. Well, here we have it. Whatever this lands on, we need to own by the end of the series. As you can see, it's all the production chains. So let's give it a spin and see what we get. But this may backfire because some of these require other productions to actually run. Oh, that were close, wasn't it? Cooper, let's jump into game and see what this means. Right, well, welcome to Farming Simulator 25 and welcome to Roots to Riches. Now, we landed on the production chain Cooper. So let's take a look and see what this might entail. Where's Cooper? Cooper is here. Okay, interesting. So as you can see, everything here requires long planks. Well, it requires planks, long and short. How do we get the planks? Well, to get the planks, we're going to actually first have to buy the sawmill. We're going to have to constantly feed it wood in return for the planks we need for the Cooper production. We've got a lot of work to be doing, haven't we? Now, second thing, we own absolutely nothing. We have $100,000 to start with. And if I go into the finances, you will see we are £250,000 in debt, which clearly needs to be paid back. So let's hop over to the shop and see if there's any bargains to be had. Well, we're just arriving at the shop now. Let's take a look at what we have. Used one first. That's not too bad of a call, and neither's that, but that's not really of any use to us at the moment. We do need to be doing contracts to get us going. I would have preferred to see a nice, lovely tractor. So, going to the tractors, the medium size, we are going to start with the Fiat, I think. 160 to 180. We're going to keep it at 160 because the 180 is actually £10,000 more. So I don't feel like it's quite needed just yet. We are, however, going to add a front loader. Let's just add it while we're here. Put it simply, it's going to help us in the very near future. Oh, no, I do not want to lease because we are not allowed to lease anything, including contract work. Okay, so front loaders. I don't think it really matters at the moment. We'll just go with you. And this is where we have to be a little bit smart, thinking ahead. My idea is to do what, to be honest, what most people will do, and that is to do some fertilizing jobs. We've got it's 25,000 and we have got 25,750. So I'm just going to bite the bullet and we are skint. And this is where you start to learn how new I am to this game. I have very little knowledge, and I've already messed up, haven't I? Look at how much money I have, and the fertilizer is 1,920. So we unfortunately are going to have to take a loss to start with because there's not much I can do without any fertilizer. We are, however, going to have to sell the front loader just for now. We, of course, will be picking it up in the very near future. Finally. we have a fertilizing job up at field 25 for 4,700. We are, of course, going to accept that. We need all the money we can actually get. And it is quite a large field, admittedly, but we've got jobs to be doing. Let's crack on. Anybody wondering, I do have a joystick for various jobs. I do not currently own a steering wheel. I am mouse and keyboard driving, and admittedly that is becoming quite a pain, if I'm honest. So a keyboard is in the very near future, and I would suspect by sort of episode 3 a keyboard is in the future, a steering wheel is in the future. Why is this not moving? Hello. Oh, it is. It's just been very slow. Yes, a steering wheel. Just while the time lapse is running, I'm hoping that makes life a little bit easier on the road. Over a few things. Anyway, I think it's time for the first time lapse of the series. At least only one. I'll see you pretty as we approach because the end of this job. At the moment, it is contract work. It's going to stay as contract work for quite a bit. I'm going to cut most of it out, but if you would like to see them sort of time lapsed, the contract work, then please just let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to sort of jump cut at the end of each contract, just to make things a little less repetitive. And very quickly again earning herself another 2,500. I'm not going to make you sit through all of this. See, there is no fertilizing at the moment. So I think we'll probably head back to the shop, just get filled up with another bag. And then just a waiting game at the moment, really. Like I mentioned, it's always a tough start with a sort of Rag to Riches type series. But you've got to start somewhere, and that usually involves fertilizing fields, doing contract work. Anyway, I'm going to pump a few of these contracts out. I'm not going to make you sit through them all. I'm not going to time lapse them all. I'm just going to earn a little bit of money and get yourself up to sort of that 20-25k mark, and then I'll bring. I'm literally sat at the shop waiting for fertilizing contract to come up. Now, I've been here probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, something like that. But I thought whilst we wait, I would show you what in-game settings I'm run, because I've not actually set these, so I'm going to set them now. I forgot about them. So I've just sped up time in the hopes that some contracts will appear. But seasonal growth, yes. Days per month is 1 to start with. Fixed visual month, nope. And snow is on. Crop destruction is on. Periodic ploughing, fieldstone, lime and weeds I'm going to disable. I find them a little bit irritating after doing it 4 or 5 times. After that it just sort of becomes a bit of a nuisance to me anyway. Disaster destruction is enabled, so tornado, hurricane things can wipe out the field, and the rest of it is just as normal. And we're going to switch these set off. Okay, that's what we're running. One last check, and I'm going to carry on editing the video while this runs in the background in the hope I just cannot get a fertilizing contract to pop up. I have waited ages now and nothing's popped up. So we have a couple of options. We could get a weeder and do them, or what I'm favouring more is getting a front mower and doing some mowing ones. First of all, let's accept the ones, Collect the ones, sorry, that we've already done. That leaves us with 10k. Well, as we would say in the UK, they're just like buses. There's none about and then they all bloody appear at once. We've got 3 to do. Working deep into the night. Well, not that deep, but nearly 7:30. It's late enough night, isn't it? Let's collect some contract money and see what we are left with. Quickly check there's no more. He's not. The mowing ones are still up. So we have got 20,000. Let's take a look at the mowers again. 16.5. 16.5 for 3.9 meters. That's 3.2. 3.4. I think we bite the bullet. It is a setback because we're now down to just below 4 grand, but I do feel like it's the right decision because I am struggling finding fertilizer contracts. If there's none coming up, because I can't work them and I can't make money, so I'm going to go do some. Well, the mowing jobs have been completed and we've been to the shop. We've picked up the fertilizer spreader, as you can see, and we're heading up the road to field 20, which is obviously a fertilizing job. I'm going to complete this. We'll collect the money for the previous contracts and see what we are left with. Well, we've done some hard work, so let's collect the money we've earned. We've got 3.3k from field number 11. No, that wasn't field number 11. That was the one we've just done. We've got 5.2k and we have got 3.1k, which leaves us at 13.4. The time lapse that you're watching now is actually done by an AI worker, and I am going to allow the workers on this series. It's just a little bit of income that's just running in the background. Definitely more helpful when you've got a second tractor though. So we've taken on another contract. It's a fertilizing one, which means we have to nip to the shop, drop the mower off, and then we can head straight over there. We're just going to get onto the barge, get us across. Now normally I'm normally found over on Twitch. I do like the live streaming side of things, but when I am live streaming I normally have a face cam. I decided not to put it on for this episode, and I'm going to let you lot decide if you want it or not. It'll be in the top left corner if it is there. I don't know, sometimes I feel like the face cams are more of a live streaming thing, but again, I will let you guys decide. Just leave it in the comments below. I would like to, just while we're driving, just also mention that I'm fully aware of how sort of repetitive this episode's been, but the rags to riches style of playthroughs It's just how it is, unfortunately, at the beginning. It's contract work, basically. But what we're currently doing now is we are, of course, saving up for field. And I'm going to discuss which field. There's two options, really, when it comes to the fields. And when we arrive at the field to do the fertilizing, I will pop it onto a worker and we will talk about our options. As mentioned, we're going to pop this onto a worker so we can discuss the sort of future plans for the fields. Work the headlands on, start with the headland. Hopefully this goes according to plan. I don't think I've actually used a worker for fertilizing. Well, they seem to know what they're doing. Let's take a look at the map. Right, in my eyes we've got two options. We've got the option that everybody goes for, and we've got the option which I'm sort of favouring. Now, the option you see quite a lot is field 34. For obvious reasons, it's only 25k. I'm not really feeling that, if I'm honest. I'm feeling field number 4, which is, let's call it 60k. When we do get the field, we are going to have no choice but to start with grass, because we've obviously got the mower. We do not have a baler, but hopefully by the time we've got the field and the grass has grown and is ready to be mowed, we should have enough money to be able to buy the baler. Constantly checking the used market. Now, we are still in August. I've got the time on ×1. I think it's probably time after this field we move into September. Hopefully the used market will update with something of value to us. I'm going to let this work. I'm going to take over this worker, sorry. And we are then going to fast forward, like I said, to September. Well, arriving in September, we've done 2 contracts. We've got 1 left to do, which is a mowing one. But I have noticed that in the new ones, there is now the cultivating ones. And a 10k and a 6k. I think this is potentially a good purchase. Now, unfortunately, there is a 9 metre shallow cultivator, but we need 260 horsepower. And we just don't have that, I'm afraid. We currently have 160, and even if we did the engine upgrade, we would still only have 180. So we will have to just go with the John Deere 4 metre, which is 9,500. But we're currently sat at 20. I think this would shout. I really do. And I think I'm going to do it. The next thing I want to look at quickly, I'm actually just going to accept both of them, just in case they did. Got plenty of time to do them as well. Right, but I just want to quickly look at the finance. I want to know if it shows you contract money that's been earned. We're going to finance. Contract income. Right. So that's good, because what I'm now going to do is I'm going to go do the contracts. I'm going to earn as much money as I physically can. I'm basically going to earn enough to buy the field. And once I've done that, I'm going to bring you back and we will take a look at this. We're currently at 3,107. So I'm going to go away. I'm probably going to earn somewhere in the region of 40 to 50,000. come back and it will all be done with contract. So, wish me luck, because this is going to be a grind. We have done it. Once I collect this contract. And yes, that took an eternity. Oh, have we not done it? Do I need to do one more? Oof, just. Right, let's just hop in the tractor. Take a look at the hours on the tractor. 8.4. I believe in the last clip it was at 3 point something. I may be wrong though. I had no big contracts come up. They were all sort of £2,000, £3,000 worth. They were all fertilizing and all cultivating. Let's take a look at the statistics. Finances. 58,287. I believe from memory it was 3,000 in the last clip. So yes, it's been a little bit of a grind. We are still in September. We can now purchase said field, which is of course field number 4, and we will do that off the rip in episode 2. I want to thank you all for watching episode 1. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, stick around, because now things are going to start moving at a much faster pace.